Hello, hello, hello. What's happening, people? How are you today? How are you? All right, so we have an amazing educator today that's joining us because we're interviewing extreme teachers this week. We're interviewing extreme teachers, so I'm so excited to bring her on. Y'all ready? All right, she is in the building. We have Dyson. Hello. How
Hi,
are
how are you?
you?
I am good. It's pretty and it's hot here in Southern California.
California. Wow. California. That's such a blessing. That is so good. Okay. Now your name it says Dyson Educates. Now for years, I've been calling you Dyson, right?
Yes.
You couldn't have told me your name wasn't Dyson. And then I'm on a call one day and someone calls you this other name. And I was like,
Yeah.
who are they talking to? And it was you. So can you tell the people your government name, please?
Yes. A lot of people have they have approached me with that. They're like, wait a minute, who's Temeka? And it's me. Yes, my name is Temeka Dyson, but I actually go by Dyson as my first name way before I became a teacher. So, but I do go by Dyson Educates on social media. But yeah,
Yes.
Temeka Dyson is my government name, but I do go by Dyson. Yes.
All right. Well, welcome, Dyson. Okay, let's just wow. I'm just
Mhm.
excited to have you on because I've known you for about 2 or 3 years,
Yes.
and your
Mhm.
passion for education is beyond. It's extreme. Your
Yes.
organizational passion is extreme, and I love it. And that's what we're all about here. We're all about the extreme educators, that extreme teacher.
Thank
So,
you.
all right. So, what made you want to be a teacher?
That's a good question. So, what made me become a teacher? For those who know my background, the first thing they will say is, oh, it has to be your family, because I am from a family full of educators
Oh,
from
wow.
from preschool all the way up to collegiate. And to believe it or not, that is not the reason why I became an
Really?
educator. No, education is my second career. I was actually in corporate doing actuarial science, and a lot of people are like, "What is that?" So basically, you know how you get your insurance around that time. It's a renewal, and they ask you a series of questions. Do you park in a garage? How often do you drive? Well, those are actuaries that come up with that. So I didn't sell insurance. We are the people that will come up and do the risk, per se. So while I was doing that, I also did volunteer work for the Urban League here in Los Angeles chapter, and
Okay.
we adopted at the time they
Uh-huh.
adopted Crenshaw High School. And so I was a volunteer, and I would come in and help with the math. So I would help them with math, college prep, and
Yeah.
so I noticed that a lot of students, and we're talking about high school, of course, they were lacking in their foundation skills in math. And
Yeah.
so I wanted to, kind of dig a little bit more deeper why. And a lot of students, believe it or not, were just saying, like, we don't have teachers here. And they'll be here, or there's a long term sub, and then they're gone. And
Okay.
like we can't relate to some of our teachers, so that kind of just made me think about it a little bit more.
Mm.
And I figured, well, I don't know, and I thought about it, but it kept pulling on my heartstring. And I figured I was going to get that education bug. I was going to get bitten, probably, like, you know
Right.
collegiate careers.
Right.
So no, I actually decided to leave my senior position in corporate America and pursue education. So that was it. It was through a
Really.
volunteer work, honestly. Yep.
I
Mhm.
love it. Wow. Okay. You know what? And I know you, and you're a detailed woman. So I know when you said you created the questions to ask, I'm like, yeah, that sounds like Dyson. Yes, it
Yes.
does. Okay. So, so that's what made you want to become a teacher.
Right.
So I got my questions right here. So be ready because I'm about to shoot them at you. All
Okay.
right. So, what was your first year of teaching like? What was that
Oh,
like?
My first year teaching, I was so excited. I was like, yes, I'm going to do this. I chose to teach inner city. So I went into LA area, the heart of LA. And I was like, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And something that was not told to me was that education, and I'm saying with the passion, it could be emotionally, physically, and just mentally draining. It can be. And so it was. My first year it was tough. It was tough. But I did have a good support unit that to keep me going, not to give up. So it was tough, but at the same time, I had a lot of individuals in that support unit telling me like, look, your first year don't count. Okay. You just got to make it through. You're not going to know everything. You may not know everything definitely first year, but not your second year or your third year. Your third year, you might be like, okay, I'm getting it.
Right.
So yeah.
Hey,
so
look, I said last night, I said, you don't get it to your fifth year. I was like, that's what. Before that, you swinging the pendulum too far left, too far right, back and forth. Then after that fifth year, you get your groove. You're like, got it, I'm good, and you know you can handle everything. So that's good. Now, what was your first year? What school?
Oh, okay. So my first year, I was at a charter school, and at that charter school was it was in LA, and it was under LA Unified School District. So of course that is the second biggest school district in the world. And so it was at Frederick Douglass Academy High School. They no longer, their doors have closed. But they did give me a chance, and I am so grateful for it, because at that school, I actually learned how to relate to students.
Yes.
And I learned my classroom management there. So
very quickly, huh?
Very quickly. Regardless if I was ready or not, I was going to learn.
Yeah, because they're not playing.
So yeah, so I was there, and then not till my third year, I decided to move into another charter school that was also under LA Unified. And that's when I became, that's when I learned how to become more of an effective teacher.
Got you.
So that was my third year. So yeah.
All right. Yes, let's go. All right. So in total, how many years have you been teaching?
I'm ending this school year, I should say, not semester. This is going to be my 9th year. Yeah. So August will be going into my 10th year. Oh my gosh, it just seems like yesterday I started. I'm about to make the digits. That's awesome. That's awesome.
That is way cool. That's really awesome. Yes. All right. So you told me where you started teaching. You told me why. So tell me one of those like amazing moments, like where you'll never forget when it comes to teaching.
Amazing moment. That's hard. Just one?
Well, give me two.
Well, one thing about education and just being a teacher, it is delayed gratification for sure.
We farmers, girl. We are farmers. We plant seeds. We're not reaping crops. We're not reaping the harvest. We are planting seeds.
You will be waiting. Some people wait a little longer than others, but I have to say that. So let me just say this, because I don't want to give out one, and there's so many, but in general, I do have a lot of. So I teach high school. So my main target is juniors and seniors. And I get a few students that come back probably within their second year on average, that will come back and say, you know what, Ms. Dyson, I see what you were teaching us, about not spoon feeding us, and how you're just like, okay, I'm going to let you go now. So you need to figure this out. And it wasn't that you're trying to be mean. I see all it's coming together. And so some of the classes I've taught financial literacy, And that is my favorite because it's so I graduated in the 90s, so it's that consumer math course that will play great right now. How to survive, right? How to write a check, how to
Yeah.
apply for a job, all those type of concepts. So anyhow, there's a project that I used to give my students. And we'll start off with, okay, the sky is the limit. What do you want to do? Sky is,
Right.
and so they'll choose their career. And then throughout the semester, they're actually choosing their lifestyle. And then at the end of that project, so the project is a semester long. So at the end of that project, they have to see the career that you chose, does it match up with the lifestyle that you chose? And they do all the math, right? And so the
Ah,
question would be, do you choose your career to in order to have the lifestyle, or do you choose the lifestyle in order to have the career? There's no right or wrong question, but I mean, it's no right or wrong answer, but it
right.
get them to start thinking, you know? So I get a lot of students who took that course come back and say, I see what you mean now. I
I
get it.
think you need to teach that this summer. That's good. That's good right there. That's some good stuff. That is some meat right there.
Right,
You
right,
just
right.
said something, and I'm sitting here like, that's deep. Do you choose? Say the question again. Do you choose the lifestyle or do you choose the?
Do you choose the career to support the lifestyle, or do you choose the lifestyle to support the career? There's no right or wrong answer. So when we
Okay.
get to that part at the end of the semester, you know, you
Yeah.
have students like, no, that's not right. You need to, and then some students are like, well, you know, but my passion is in this career. I know this is what I want to do. And some students do. They know their purpose, they know their passion
Yeah,
pretty
okay.
early. But then you have some students who are like, but I want this type of lifestyle. That's fine. So now the overarching goal is it's getting them to think, what do I need to do? How do I plan? That's it. That's all I want. Exposing them to that. You know, how do you plan for it? Whatever path you choose.
That is
How
why you are extreme, baby. That's it right there. That's, I mean, and you're teaching high schoolers, and that's really that's that pivotal moment before they get ready to leave for college. And they have to
yeah.
pick their major or all of that in college. And it's like, I don't think you should pick a major till you're like you're going to your junior year of college. Because your freshman year,
Oh yeah.
you want to be with everybody, what fulfills everybody else's dream for you.
Right. And well,
I,
you know, the thing about that, I'm very transparent with my students. I tell them that I changed my major 5 times in college. Five
let's
times.
go. Let's go.
I
Bad, bad.
my first my first major was to major in physical therapy, to specialize in sports medicine, to work for the Dallas Cowboys, and I was going to go to Xavier University. Oh, I had it all planned out. And it didn't work
I know
out.
you did. I know you did. I know you did.
It didn't
Okay.
work at all. But I'm glad
So
that you
what was that
brought it up.
second major?
Huh? Oh,
What,
the second major was respiratory therapy, but I just couldn't handle the labs of possibly having someone living and then someone expiring. I learned that pretty early before I got deeper into that program, so I
right.
excused myself from that. And then
Number
I went
three.
to, what was the third one? Oh, history. I was a history major to go into poli-sci, or political science.
Number
But
four.
my truthness didn't work on that one. The fourth one, the fourth one was business, like
But
business.
wait. You're in education though. So you changed it again?
Yeah. No. We're on the fourth one. It was business, just business finance
Oh, I
because
thought we were on the fifth one. Okay, I
uh-uh,
miscounted. Okay.
it
I
was
was like, wait,
business
that's fine.
finance because
Okay.
my background, you know, was a lot
Yeah,
with banking, and that's what actuarial comes from as well. And
right.
then my fifth one, I said, you know what, I'm gonna choose something where it's a safe zone, and I chose mathematics. And so I chose mathematics because you could do anything with math. And so then that's when I went into actuarial. And then when I realized I wanted to do education, I slightly changed my concentration. So instead of being pure math, I went into a concentration of education. And then that was it.
Love it. Love it.
Yes. No more.
All right. So talk to me. I need some truth right here. Okay. I need truth. Talk to me about COVID-19.
Okay.
Were you ready? Were you thrown in a loop? Were you pulling your hair out? Or were you picking your bags up to get busy?
So
I know we've had some conversations, so some of the stuff I know, but I'm just like, how's your heart?
To be quite honest, I went through all those stages. I did. And I'm currently in a stage now. So one thing about being in a season of uncertainty, I feel that you have to allow yourself to go through transitions, and you have to be patient. So if anyone was to follow, especially my Facebook, you would know I'm a shorty, just like you, Val. So I really don't have very much to lose. So because I am a high C, and for those who are not familiar with the DISC assessment, let's just keep it very simple. Those are your individuals who are like perfectionists. We need to know what's going on. We need to plan, right? So when you're getting into a season of not knowing, it throws us off for a loop, right? So in the beginning, I knew that I had to be flexible. I had to be flexible and be patient with myself, be patient with my district, with my principal, because this is something that we don't have a safety plan for. We don't have, we have to be flexible.
Who knew?
Right. Nobody knows. So, and not only that, our students. So I have to make sure that I am in a good, positive space so that I can give that energy to my students. So, so yes, I did go into panic, but not to the point where it threw me off and I'm packing my bags and I'm like, I'm done. Just more of, I have to stay grounded and I have to be flexible and patient. Those are the two major things for me. And then after that, I went into, okay, how am I going to just keep it simple, stay basic? I really believe this whole pandemic is making us or forcing us to go back to basics in every area of our lives. We got to go back to basics. So I feel that that's what I had to do in everywhere, health-wise, work, just go back to basics. I had to go back to my curriculum. What are the meat and potatoes for our students right now? Because there are some things, educators, you guys all know this, and I know some people might cringe hearing this. You don't need to know all. You don't need to know all the standards. You need to know those major standards that is going to take you to the next level. So that to me, I had to be okay with that because I'm very detailed, right? The meat and potatoes of it. So that's it right now. I'm just trying to right now, like I said, stay flexible. If I had to give advice for this COVID-19 or this pandemic, let me just say that, I would say, please be patient with yourself. You have to be patient. This is a new norm. And what worked before may not be, not saying that you can't do it now, but you just probably have to readjust. We're not saying take everything in the baby and throw it out the window. We're not saying that.
Right.
Just readjust, So yeah. So that's what it is. It's just readjusting, getting back to the basics. Yep.
And I've been saying this, and some people are like, what does that mean, Val? Some people are factually negative. And it's like, what is that? So it's a fact. Yes, the pandemic is here. Yes, COVID-19 is all of that. Yes, you have to wear masks. Yes, you have to do all of this. Yes, you have to do remote learning. Yes, you have to do all of this. But it's a negative fact. Let's focus on the positive. All right, guys, this is going to be easy. Now you don't have to come to class. You don't have to do this. Figure out those things, the can do's. And I've been saying that. Let's talk about the can do's, not the can't do's.
Right.
And people don't realize that it's factually negative when you are harping on the things that you can't change. Mm-hmm. Let's get the energy up and focus on the positive. This is what we can do. This is how we can do it. Come on, guys. Man, I have a school spirit day and give everybody 5 points. We got on a school spirit t-shirt. Let's go. Speaking of t-shirts, Dyson, you repping your school. Let me see what it says.
My school t-shirt is Lusinger High School. I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you see it?
We can see it. Okay. Yes. So you guys getting ready for the Olympics? What was that shirt about?
Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you mentioned that. Now I get that a lot. It's like, wait a minute, Olympics, that is our mascot. We are Olympians. And
wow.
I feel so bad that I can't remember the year, but the Olympics did practice at our high school. So yes, our high school is pretty known for a couple things, mostly not recent, but most latest, I should say, is because of Westbrook, he went to our high school, but like athletes. And so, but yes, we are considered the Olympians, and our school is a historical, we do have a historical building. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to teach here at Lusinger High School.
Now that's amazing. That's pretty good. I love it. All right. So you're the guru in this space. You're the extreme teacher that we're talking to today. Right. So here's my question. What would you tell a first-year teacher? No, not a first-year teacher. I'm sorry. What would you tell your first-year self as a teacher?
My first-year self. Okay. The first thing that pops up in my mind. Well, I choose two. Can I do two?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
All right. Number one. If I could find this picture, Val, I would send it to you so you can post it. Okay.
Okay.
So, it's funny that it's here. This right here. Okay. This is a Bible. My grading will be about 3 stacks of Bibles on top of each other. I was determined that I'm going to make sure my students know their math. All right. So I know you taught math. You do not need to give 50 problems to know if a student has mastered the concept.
Come on, Dyson. Come on.
Do that.
You know that it's the PD for tomorrow. Now you already know. It's homework versus no homework. Y'all join us at extremeteachers.com. We'll be right back here tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're talking about homework versus no homework. Okay.
Do not.
Go ahead. I got excited.
If I could tell my first-year self, please do not give out 25 problems. You have to grade that, okay?
Yes, hello. You have to grade that. So go and give it out because you got to grade.
Don't do that. Okay. Oh my goodness. Like I said, my third year, I learned how to be an effective teacher. You don't have to give out 50. That's called procedural teaching. Become effective in your teaching, concept learning, okay? I give out about a good 5 problems, and I know if you got it or not, okay? But that's like you said, Val, come on Wednesday, we could talk about that, okay?
Yes, so we will.
That's my number one. Do not give out grading like that. I'm gonna find a picture. All right. The second thing, the advice that I would give to myself. Mm-hmm. You're going to get a lot of advice your first year teaching. A lot of advice. Yeah. It's going to be overwhelming. You do not need to try out everybody's advice. You don't. Trust yourself, okay? Just trust yourself. It's okay to take a little advice from here, a little advice from there, but just because how it is performed in someone else's class, that is not your class. You know your students. You know what works for your students, and you know who you are. So take a little bit from here, a little bit from there, put it together and make it authentic to you as a teacher. So you do not need to do all of these instructional strategies. pick two. Pick two, try it out, give yourself some time. It's going to work great one day, and it's going to fail one day. You need to work it out. Work it out. So that's what I would say. I would say, look, you're going to get tons of people like giving advice. My mom, she's an educator. You know, she'll say, do this, do this, do this, do this. And then you got your classroom telling you, or your cohort, if you're a brand new teacher, right? Do this, do this, do this, do this. It's overwhelming. Right. Find what fits your personality, what fits you in the classroom with your students, and work on that. And give it a semester. Try it out. Don't do it 2 weeks and be like, oh, this didn't work. No, you need to mold it to fit you. And then another thing, here's a bonus, Val.
Come on, what you got?
Don't let somebody's years dictate that they know what they're or what. Yeah, that's it. No,
that they know what they're doing. You right. You right on that. Okay. You right.
There are some real good seasoned teachers, and it's because they went through different seasons. But then there are some teachers this is what I'm saying. Just don't look at the years behind somebody's education, being in education or being in a classroom. Don't look at that. Don't look at that, because I'm learning.
Look at the fruit. Look at the fruit that the tree bears. Look at the fruit. Don't look at the tree.
I'm learning from first-year teachers. That would show you about a teacher. You're constantly learning. It never stops. Right. Never stops. So I can keep going, but come on.
Yes, you said, and what makes be amazing at your level.
Yes. Whatever
you're
level
still amazing. Huh? Whatever it is. Right. Yes. You still can be amazing at your level. It's not someone, don't look out the mirror. I mean, look out the window going, oh, I wish I could. Look in the mirror and understand. Self-assess, do better, and you can. And when you need to go outside, get some help, come on back in your class and do what you need to do. But do not self-sabotage because of what you see someone else doing.
You know what? Don't do it. I'm not going to say it here, but this is something that would be good to talk about on Wednesday.
Okay.
The teacher who is constantly, now I got planners everywhere, right? So here's my planner.
Yeah.
Constantly asking for advice and they're writing, right? But they're not implementing.
Girl, don't make me hang up early. Don't make me shut this down.
And you're not doing anything with it. So that's another me too.
But I'm glad you said pick two, because they writing all of it down. Pick two. Let's go. Let's go.
And master that in your own way. You know.
Yes.
And how would you know you master it? Is like what you just said. It's based on the fruit, you bear out of your classroom.
Yeah. So. I love it. I love it. Well, Miss Temeka Dyson Advocates, our time is up. I really appreciate you coming on and allowing me to interview an extreme teacher. Those teachers that don't teach from, say it again.
I said, thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Those teachers that don't teach from the middle, they go to the outside. They go on the extreme to make sure that their kids are learning. And that's what it's about, guys. It's not about other people. It's about the kids in your class. And sometimes we get caught up trying to worry about evaluations, worry about all these other things, initiatives and all of that. Teach your babies. And it doesn't take 25 problems. What'd you say, Doctor?
I said, if you focus on your students, the needs of your students, it's going to reflect. Your passion reflect, okay? I tell my students all the time, I don't need no friends. I see you guys like a panoramic picture. And I ask them, do you guys know what a panoramic picture is? And they're like, yeah, you want one. I'm like, yes. And what you guys want is that, Polaroid, that quick picture. No. We ain't doing that. Not in Miss Dyson's class. So yes. So
I love it, Ms.
Make
Dyson.
sure that you guys just teach from your passion. Teach from that passion. It's going to show. Students know. Yes. They know what teachers are easy and teachers who really do care. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Amen. Well, thank you, Dyson. And yes, we were talking about it already. Join us tomorrow. We do PD Wednesdays every Wednesday from 8:00 p.m. Eastern, and we usually stay on about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So join us. Right, we get to talking. Tomorrow is homework versus no homework. So that's a hot topic. How do you register? That's your question. You see it scrolling on the ticker? Yes. Go to extremeteachers.com. Yep. There you go, Dyson. Point down. Extremeteachers.com. You can register. It is free. All right. So jump on it. Make sure you can learn some things. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow, because every day this week we are interviewing an extreme teacher. And guess what? Tomorrow we have one of Georgia's teachers of the year. Oh my goodness. So we have an amazing week set up, guys. So I will see you back here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Come check us out. All right, Dyson, have a good night.
You too.
Have a good
Bye.
New Year, babe.